May I have your attention, please? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies of the Lake Highlands High School class of 2021. Our graduates have worked diligently for 13 years in order to receive their diplomas today, and they deserve our accolades. However, we ask in the name of fairness and expediency that you do not applaud individual students. This will give each parent and guest the opportunity to hear the announcer pronounce each student's name who will be honored here today. It is important that friends and family enjoy their graduate's special moment during the ceremony. At this time, please silence all digital devices. The graduates, faculty, and administration also request that you refrain from using noisemakers so that this ceremony will be given the proper respect and dignity. We would appreciate your assistance in adhering to Richardson Independent School District's fire code regulations. Please remain in your seats. Do not sit or stand in the aisles or by the rails. The paths must be clear at all times. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, would you please stand for the processional?
Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. Please remain standing for a moment of reflection so that we may all individually, according to our own beliefs, join our hearts and minds to give thanks for this year's blessings. Greetings. My name is Alexandra Armour, treasurer of the senior class. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies of the Lake Highlands High School class of 2021. Please be seated. I would like to first introduce our principal, Mrs. Kerry Jones. Ms. Jones received her bachelor's from Ouachita Baptist University, where she majored in sociology and minored in accounting. She received her master's of business administration from Henderson State University, where she focused on the field of marketing. After receiving her MBA, she moved to Dallas and worked as a recruiter. After 2 years in corporate America, Ms. Jones decided to pursue a career in education and joined the Alternative Certification Program in Dallas ISD, where she earned a math certification. Ms. Jones taught 7th and 8th grade math at Benjamin Franklin Middle School in Dallas for 5 years, and then began to work as an assistant principal at Forest Meadow Junior High in Richardson ISD. She served as an assistant principal at Forest Meadow for 8 years before becoming principal. After serving as principal at Forest Meadow for 4 years, Ms. Jones became the principal at Lake Highlands High School and just completed her 2nd year here. She loves being a Wildcat and is so thankful to be part of the amazing Lake Highlands community.
It is with great pride that I stand before you as the principal of the School of Champions. I am honored to be part of this special occasion, and it is my privilege to introduce our special guest today. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized, and audience, please hold your applause until all names have been announced. Sitting to my right, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jeannie Stone. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Karen Clardy, Mrs. Kim Paxton, Mr. Eric Eager, Ms. Regina Harris, Mrs. Debbie Renteria, and Mrs. Megan Timmy. Although not sitting on the stage today, we want to thank the Superintendent's Advisory Council who work along Dr. Stone to ensure we are a district of excellence and have helped make today possible. Please give them a round of applause. It is with great pride that I now introduce our top 10 honor graduates. Graduates, when I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone's name has been announced. Number 10, Angie Trin. Number 9, Zoe Jane Rose. Number 8, Clara McGinnis Smith. Number 7, Abby Hunt May. Number 6, Scott Dale Poole. Number 5, Fione G.U. Ho. Number 4, Meredith Janine Brashear. Number 3, Eleanor Christie Beller. Our salutatorian with a GPA of 102.2205 is Lucas Andrew Fairbanks. He will be serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Dominican Republic and will begin college in the fall of 2023 at the University of Texas in Austin, majoring in finance. I would like to ask Lucas's family to please stand and be recognized. And the valedictorian for the senior class of 2021 with a GPA of 104.932, attending the University of Texas Austin to study music business and recording technology, is Paxton Ashley Smith. I would like to ask Paxton's family to please stand and be recognized. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. I will now introduce our senior class officers. Officers, please stand and remain standing when your name is called. President Lauren Gale Spur. Vice President Isabella Maurice Olivares. Secretary Sophie Bissett Witherspoon. Treasurer Alexandra Grace Armour. And historian Caitlin Grace Leffler. Thank you, and you may be seated. I will now introduce our student council officers. Officers, please stand and remain standing until your name is called. President Lauren Nicole Gerald. Vice President Addison Dupree Bone. Historian Margaret Elizabeth Mosley. And Council Manager Ainsley Grace Stewart. Thank you. You may be seated. I would also like to recognize our Superintendent's Student Advisory Council. These are students who met monthly with Superintendent Stone, central staff, and Board of Trustee representatives to discuss topics important to students. Please stand and remain standing in order to be recognized. Jair Alonzo Arellano. Alexa Lauren Lacey. Margaret Elizabeth Mosley. Thank you. You may be seated. And finally, I'd like to recognize our announcers tonight, Mrs. Elizabeth Garcia and Mr. Jose Hurtado. Thank you. Please help me acknowledge all of our stage guests one more time. I would also like to take a moment to recognize some esteemed members of our Lake Highlands learning community. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Mrs. Jenny Bates, Executive Director of the Lake Highlands Learning Community. Mr. Nick Rustin, Principal, Lake Highlands Junior High. Mrs. Susan Burt, Principal, Forest Meadow Junior High. Mrs. Tanya Anderson, Principal, Wallace Elementary. Mr. Philip Henderson, Principal, Moss Haven Elementary. Mrs. Mary Kelliger, Principal, Northlake Elementary. And Ms. Katrina Collins, Principal, Skyview Elementary. We also have some of our outstanding Lake Highlands High School faculty and staff with us today. Faculty and staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Today would not be possible without the help of our administrative staff. I would like to recognize Mr. Casey Gray, Associate Principal, and our Assistant Principals, Ms. Kendall Hutchinson, Mr. Thomas Lamberth, Mr. Darrell Oliver, Dr. Herb Ruffin, Mr. Masood Shamsuddin, Ms. Detrice Thomas, and Mrs. Marion Wilds. I would also like to recognize, our counseling team. Ms. Shamika Brackens, lead counselor, Ms. Joy Anderson, Ms. Rhonda Boston, Mrs. Mariana Hogue, Mrs. Maggie Karnowski, Mrs. Velma Lopez, Mrs. Judy London Young, Mrs. Patty McKay, Mr. Culis Williams, and Mrs. Robin Finkley, our college and career coordinator. Many of our Wildcats have achieved national recognition for their academic achievements, and I would like to acknowledge them at this time. Students, as I announce your name, please stand and remain standing. First, our National Merit Commended Scholars, Zachary Boucher, Zara Chopra, Andrew Harris, and Landon Hyder. Congratulations, you may be seated. Lake Highlands honor graduates have attained an overall average of 90 or higher throughout high school. Honor graduates, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Our National Honor Society graduates have worked diligently in the areas of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. NHS graduates, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. We are proud to have students graduating as avid scholars. These students have committed themselves to academic excellence and successful college careers. Avid students, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to recognize Lake Highlands High School graduates that attended Memorial Park Academy. Memorial Park Academy is the RISD Choice Program that allows students to earn credits and graduate in a non-traditional school setting. There have been over 200 graduates from all 4 high school campuses this school year who have attended this program. Students who have attended MPA, please stand and be recognized. Our service learning awardees have earned 60 or more community service hours. The class of 2021 has completed over 5,783 service hours. Will the service learning awardees please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Much of what makes Lake Highlands such an outstanding high school is the community's commitment to the success of our students. I am honored to announce that the Lake Highlands Women's League and the Lake Highlands Exchange Club have given $227,000 in scholarships to many of our students in the class of 2021. Seniors, if you are a recipient of one of the Women's League or Exchange Club scholarships, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. In addition, I am so proud to announce that the class of 2021 has earned approximately $12,985,992 in scholarships. Lake Highlands class of 2021, I want to let you know that I am so thankful to be able to celebrate this moment with you. Parents, families, and friends, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all that you have done to make an impact in the life of your Wildcat. Senior Wildcats, you will always be known for your ability to push through any situation, and I am so proud of everything you have accomplished this year. You are the masters of pivoting, staying positive, and being resilient. I hope you look back on your senior year and think about all of the accomplishments you have made and know that nothing can stop you from your success. Remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat, and please know that you always have a home at Lake Highlands High School. Thank you so much for your time at the School of Champions, and I wish you all the very best. We will now hear My Heart's in the Highlands under the direction of Ms. Kari Gilbertson. Thank you. would now like to welcome our Lake Highlands High School athletic coordinator and head football coach, Mr. Lonnie Jordan, who will introduce our salutatorian, Lucas Fairbanks.
My name is Lonnie Jordan. I'm the athletic coordinator and head football coach here at Lake Highlands High School, and I am privileged and honored to introduce Lake Highlands Salutatorian for the 2021 graduating class. Luke Fairbanks is the son of Whit and Tiffany Fairbanks and brother to Marshall, Georgia, and Ian. Luke Fairbanks is a brilliant young man. He earned a perfect score of 36 on the ACT. Only 0.334% of test takers in the nation attained that score. Luke received an academic all-state honor in the elite class during football season. He was a peer helper, a National Honor Society member, a church youth leader, and is president of the Young Men's Service League. He received his Eagle Scout Award in 2018. Luke has been recognized as the outstanding math student and the outstanding Spanish student. Luke is fluent in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and math. Luke also is a senior captain of the 2021 undefeated district champion Wildcat football team. He was a first-team all-district linebacker and a first-team all-city selection as linebacker in his senior year. Luke is a natural leader. He looks for opportunities to serve his team, his coaches, his teachers, and his community. Luke is one of those rare individuals that shows up every day with a positive attitude and is eager to get to work. He has a tremendous work ethic and a sense of urgency to get that work done. When you put Luke's impressive physical traits together with his academic prowess and amazing social skills, you have a young man that is about to make a powerful mark on this world. Luke will spend the next 2 years in the Dominican Republic on mission for his church. When he returns, he will study finance at the University of Texas in Austin or the University of Utah. Lake Highlands High School and this graduating class has produced an exemplary salutatorian. Please give a well-deserved round of applause for your 2021 Lake Highlands High School salutatorian, Luke Fairbanks.
I'd just like to start out by giving a big thank you to Coach Jordan and all the valuable lessons he has taught me throughout the past 3 years. One of the most important things he has taught me is if you can work hard, you can achieve great things. If you really want to accomplish something, then work for it. As we all move into the next phase of our lives, it doesn't matter who you were or what you did in high school. In the words of Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Nothing is ever set in stone. You can always work to change and become a new person. You just have to believe that you can. An important step to follow as we become who we want to be is to fall in love with the process of becoming great. When you learn to enjoy putting in the work to improve, the constant grind day in and day out no longer becomes a burden. You start to look forward to doing the work that allows you to achieve your goals. Stop going through the motions and be purposeful in your actions. Make decisions that align with your goals and facilitate the change that you want to see. Find out the distractions in your life that move you farther from your goals and cut them out. Never get complacent with who you are. You can always improve. Lastly, you must persevere. Times get tough, but that doesn't mean you should quit. Even when you feel like nothing you are doing is working, keep going. As you continue to push through the struggles, you will break barriers and achieve new heights you never thought were possible. As we embark on a new journey, you have a chance to reshape yourself. You can achieve any goal you want to as long as you put in the effort and persevere through the tough times. When you look back on what you accomplished, you will clearly see that your results reflect the work that you put in. You will never regret putting in the effort to improve, even if you fall short of your end goal. But not taking a chance to be the best you can be will haunt you for the rest of your life. We only get one chance at life, so I challenge each and every one of you to do the great things I know you're capable of and make the most of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Brody Lyons, Lake Highlands math teacher and Bellboys sponsor, who will introduce our valedictorian, Paxton Smith.
In the spring of 2018, if my math is right, I had the pleasure of administering the AP Human Geography test for this graduating group of seniors. In between sections, I stepped outside to point to students to the bathroom and reminded each one of them that they could not talk to each other during the break. However, one student that stepped out was wearing such an amazing Hawaiian shirt that I had to break the silence and extend a compliment. "That's an awesome shirt," I said, or something like that. She smiled and laughed and replied, "So is yours." I had forgotten that it was Friday, and that every Friday I had instituted Crazy Shirt and Jeans Day for myself throughout that spring semester, just to keep things interesting. We both laughed, and she mentioned that her shirt was actually her dad's, which I thought was fantastic considering it was probably older than me. I share that story because I feel like it represents all or most of my interactions with Paxton Smith throughout her time at Lake Highlands. I actually ended up having her in one of my pre-AP geometry classes the next year, and we seemed to play out that interaction countless times throughout the year. That was a 7th period class, and the atmosphere seemed to suit her personality well. They were all intelligent, determined, stressfully carefree, happy, and for the most part, grateful to be learning. However, geometry rarely clicked with Paxton, and the first time she heard it, which typically caused a barrage of questions from her aimed directly at me throughout and after most of the lessons. I learned not to stop talking every time she had her hand raised that I was teaching, but I also realized that every question at the right time worked out well for everybody. I knew if she had questions, so did everybody else. Many times the lesson would end, and she would walk over to me with her spiral in hand, furrowed brow, pen at the ready, and say, "I got questions, coach." That always made me smile and laugh, and I remember that was a really fun class. The next year, Paxton had a short-lived stint in my AP statistics class, ending before the drop period after realizing she would rather take it her senior year. But she continued to show up at random times throughout, before or after school, just as she had done throughout her time in geometry. During that time, I noticed that her demeanor was consistent. She was the same student out of class as she was in class, hardworking but lighthearted. When she wasn't asking for help with math problems, we would work probability puzzles together that we rarely got right, talk about school, extracurricular activities, and oftentimes she would explain to me the life and time commitment of students in band here at Lake Highlands, which gave me a newly found respect for and awe for what they had to do on a daily basis. And this past year, just like she said she would, Paxton took my AP Stats class. Once again, just like geometry, she explained to me that much of what I'm teaching doesn't click for her on the first try. And once again, she showed me that hard work, consistency, and in her case, not taking yourself too seriously, can be a potent combination for success. Although she still had her spiral and questions ready after every single lesson. Throughout my time having Paxton as a student, she's taught me to be patient, to go ahead and answer every question that students ask, to be sure to encourage students that don't seem to be struggling, as well as the ones that can't seem to understand, and to smile and laugh as much as possible. Paxton's time in my classes has reminded me that the most monumental accomplishments with students tend to be relational and focused on how we learn instead of purely academic and focused on what we learn. Thank you, Paxton. I'll always remember to smile and laugh. Lake Highlands, class of 2021, your valedictorian, Paxton Smith.
not usually very good at expressing my gratitude for the people that I care about, but I would like to say thank you to Coach. I think he's had a bigger role in my life than he realizes. Okay. As we leave high school, we need to make our voices heard. Today, I was going to talk about TV and media and content because it's something that's very important to me. However, under light of recent events, it feels wrong to talk about anything but what is currently affecting me and millions of other women in the state. Recently, the heartbeat bill was passed in Texas. Starting in September, there will be a ban on abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, regardless of whether the pregnancy was a result of rape or incest. 6 weeks. That's all women get. And so before they realize, most of them don't realize that they're pregnant by 6 weeks. So before they have a chance to decide if they are emotionally, physically, and financially stable enough to carry out a full-term pregnancy, before they have the chance to decide if they can take on the responsibility of bringing another human being into the world, that decision is made for them by a stranger. A decision that will affect the rest of their lives is made by a stranger. I have dreams and hopes and ambitions. Every girl graduating today does. And we have spent our entire lives working towards our future. And without our input and without our consent, our control over that future has been stripped away from us. I am terrified that if my contraceptives fail, I am terrified that if I am raped, then my hopes and aspirations and dreams and efforts for my future will no longer matter. I hope that you can feel how gut-wrenching that is. I hope you can feel how dehumanizing it is to have the autonomy over your own body taken away from you. And I'm talking about this today, on a day as important as this. On a day honoring 12 years of hard academic work, on a day where we are all gathered together, on a day where you are most inclined to listen to a voice like mine, a woman's voice, to tell you that this is a problem, and it's a problem that cannot wait. And I cannot give up this platform to promote complacency and peace when there is a war on my body and a war on my rights. A war on the rights of your mothers, a war on the rights of your sisters, a war on the rights of your daughters. We cannot stay silent. Thank you.
Now please welcome our senior class president, Lauren Spur, to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren. My close friends already know this, but I wanted to be super transparent with everyone and share that I am notoriously late to everything. I cannot seem to get places on time. It's not my favorite character quality, but my tardiness became readily apparent with Lake Highlands' introduction of the tardy line. I'm a high school student, obviously, and not for much longer, but I'm very familiar with lessons. Lesson 1A, Lesson 1B, Lesson 1.1, and so on. But what I was not prepared for in high school was all the unintended lessons and what I would take away from them. The lesson I learned from the tardy line is that there is always a way to bypass a long line. This could look like waking up earlier, it could look like not socializing for as long in the parking lot, both of which are hard for me, but it could also look like entering through a side door. Sure, I learned, well, back up. Take a quick second and think about what you learned in high school. I learned how to drive a formula with Coach Tatum, how to write an essay with Miss Washman, but as I look back at my time here, it is hard not to recognize the knowledge I gained through these unintentional lessons simply by just observing and participating in this community. These insights will go far beyond the classroom for me. On Zoom, the lesson was probability with Coach Lyons, but what I also learned is that I just have to appear as if I'm engaging, when the reality is I have 4 text chains going to my right, a dog wanting my attention to my left, and my dad in the room over on way too loud of a conference call. Another lesson was to teach and mold leaders, but I actually learned how to affect change, how to collect data, how to compromise, how to collaborate, how to rally support, how to fundraise, how to engage with my peers, and ultimately unite a grade during a time that it didn't seem very likely. I learned that life is not constrained by red tape lines and arrows in the hallways. It's actually much more than that. The assigned path is not always the correct path. Sometimes, despite the rules, it is okay to cut through the courtyards and take a breath of fresh air. It is okay to be late, it is okay to mess up, and it is okay to fail. Without these things, we would not learn how to be prompt, how to be resilient, how to stand up for what is right, or the beauty and tranquility of a moment in nature. I am so sorry if anyone has ever made you feel as if mistakes don't allow you to grow and learn, because that is so far from the truth. I am proud to be a Wildcat and a champion of this school, not because of the building, but because of y'all, and especially the people behind me, who chose the side door with me, chose to stand up for kindness, and chose to stand up for respect. It has been such a privilege to lead our class for the past 3 years. An adjective often used to describe us is sweet, so I just encourage y'all to continue to be sweet, and I wish all of y'all the best of luck in the next few years, and I want to see all of your faces at the reunion, because that'll be fun. But I want to leave you with this. There is always an unintended lesson hidden and masked behind the conscious lesson. But to learn those lessons, sometimes you have to go through the side door. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. I would now like to ask Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jeannie Stone, and Board of Trustees President, Mrs. Karen Clardy, to the podium. The Lake Highlands High School class of 2021 has fulfilled all of the requirements set forth by the state of Texas, and I would like to present them as candidates for graduation. Will the class of 2021 please stand?
By the power vested in me by the state of Texas, the State Board of Education, the Texas Education Agency, and the Board of Trustees of the Richardson Independent School District, I now declare each student who will be receiving a diploma to be a graduate of Lake Highlands High School.
Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left.
Congratulations.
It is now time for the presentation of diplomas, so graduates, please be seated.
Paxton Ashley Smith. Lucas Andrew Fairbanks. Eleanor Christy Beller. Meredith Janine Brashear. Fiona G.U. Ho. Scott Dale Poole. Abby Hunt Nicole Jarrell. Addison Dupree Bone. Ainsley Grace Stewart. Caitlin Grace Leffler. Sophie Witherspoon. Isabella Maritza Olivares. Lauren Gail Spur. Alexandra Grace Armour. Margaret Elizabeth Mosley. Alexa Lauren Lacey. Jair Alonso Arellano. Nathaniel Fitzum Abadi. Adam Missiani Abalahi. Joseph Adame. Tyler Monet Adams. Deborah Adiola Aderabig. William Ashani Agabi. Esther Akinsola Agabula. Diego Leonardo Aguilar. Alexander Aguirre Rosales. Christiane Agia Akia. Abdul Basit Ajibula Lias. Akintimwa Akinyule. Miranda Monica Akita Cole. Gabriela Ryan Alcantar. Samuel Alubod Alabasola Alatan. Alan Brandon Alvaro Mesa. Naima Farah Ali. Ahmed Natik Al Jamalali. Nia Tanae Allen. Shamsa Mohammed Al Shabli. Lucas Andrew Alvarado. Alexis Amaya. Malik Morel Anderson. Jason Emerson Andrade. Avery Vivian Angus. Jemima Ann. Jake Eric Arthur. Abioma Ashley Asiame. Robert Wayne Aids. Mo Wei Young. Trinae Curry Austin. Edwin Omar Aviles. Josephine Ayeni. Segolene Biajam. Sineria Arnie Barnes. Jacqueline Kaylee Barnett. Mokotau. Diana Adamari Bonilla Torres. Benjamin Samuel Boone. Travis Crosby Boone. Damien Bienvenu. Wendy Sarai Bravo. Carson Tyler Brockett. Colby Christian Brothers. Daisha Nisha Brown. Isaac James Bryson. Olivia Arnold Burchell. Zachary Maxwell Boucher. Grace Marie Butler. Jackson Lee Butler. Valeria Michelle Caballero. Kevin Robert Cabello. Wesley Rocco Panati. Lizzie Mollis Canterbury. Madeline Nicole Kaplinger. Sophia Grace Kaplinger. Yvette Cordona. Lucien Mirage Karif. Rosalia Carino. Aliyah Madrid Carr. Elizabeth Carranco. Marco Antonio Carranco. Sanaya Rihanna Caruth. Andrew Dylan Carson. Laurencia Ceres Carter. Joe Carvajal. Melvin Isaac Casaneda. Eduardo Castillo. Kenny Shaneda Castillo. Leandro Adir Castro. Jakayla Renee Caton. Jose Antonio Shavira Zapata. Ronell Christel. Amy Meredith Claire. Waylon Clark. Brooks Allen Cohorn. Justin Romani Cole. Riley Elizabeth Cole. Jalen James Coleman. Ariel Janae Collins. Prashanti Nicole Collins. Linda Monique Collins. Ruth Correa. William Harry Gostas. Layla Victoria Cotton. Asarawim Wins David. Savannah Grace Davidson. Laura de la Cruz. Rachel de la Cruz. Shelly de la Cruz. Stephanie Natalie de Angel. Nicole Stacy de la Riva. Emily Grace de los Reyes. Kevin Mauricio Díaz Beltrán. Michaela Brianna Dillard. Saleh Dolo. John Alexander Donnell. William Calvin Donnell. Huron Joseph Drain. Natalie June Dries. Emma Elizabeth Duncan. Douglas Mace Dunham. Carter Joseph Duran. Gerardo Alejandro Duran Garcia. Claire Marie Eastman. Mylena Aline Ebron. Mary Elizabeth Renee Edson. Samari Christian Edwards. Malik El Hatbi. Charles Dewey Elliott. Margaret Annalisa Enriquez. Jackson Hawk Exridge. Tony Brian Ikayoko. Troy Bradley Iyoko. Brian Jacob Fagan. William Reed Ferris. Darrell Thomas Farrell. Emmanuel Ali Felipe Valdez. Ebony Nicole Farrow. Abby Catherine Pfeiffer. James Owens Pfeiffer. Michaela Elizabeth Forbes. Trinity Michelle Ford. Michael Kevin Faust. Anthony Alexander Franco. Naya Emily Franklin. Mia Jolie Frederick. Elijah Michael Fulton. Emma Garay. Julia Ashley Garcia. Raymond Garcia. Sophia Marie Garcia. Vianney Garcia. García de Santiago. María Isabel García Rivera. Samari Jai Garrett. Sophia Strickler Geiger. Karma Ariana, Germany. Gael Godina Carrillo. Raquelín González Ortiz. César Osvaldo González. Eduardo Jesús González. Oscar Fabián González. Sandra Lisette González Fuentes. Natalie Rose Goodwin. Leah Tariku Gossa. Bradley Nicholas Gold. Nara Marie Green. Jeremy Limel Griffin. Jennifer Ruby Guatemala. Stephanie Diana Guatemala. Luke John Guillermo. Malik Montreal Gilori. Benjamin Samuel Goulet. Aram Haji Habib. Zachary Charles Hefner. Michael Joshua Hall. Jillian Page Hallwis. Sean Michael Hardison. Tyler Reed Hardison. Andrew Scott Harris. Diani Danielle Harris. Kiana Nicole Harris. Nathan Ross Harris. Victoria Lee Harris. Immaculate Lamarelle Harrison. Kevin Joseph Hatch. Christian Alexander Hernandez. Madison Renee Hernandez. Natalie Stephanie Hernandez. Nelson Giovanni Hernandez. Osvaldo Hernandez. Travis Ari Hernandez Gomez. Christy Stella Valerio Herrera. Michelle Haley Herrera. Jordan Trevin Hervey. Amber Nicole Hess. Shani Renee Higgs. Brianna Desiree Hill. Christopher Jerome Hill. Lauren Ray Hilner. Kylie Sarah Holcomb. Away, Saw Haiti. Alice 2. Brianna Maria Hall. Diego David Hurtado. London Paul Hyder. Patricia Bisola Abiotoy. Logan Alexander Ingle. Annabelle Grace Ironside.
Holly Elizabeth Jackson. Sally Jane Jacobs. Ann Caitlin James. Jeffers Brant James. Joseph Evans Jameson. Jake Thomas Jenkins. Luke Samuel Jenkins. Finley Grace Jennings. May Gigi. Alan David Jimenez. Adesola Jessica Johnson. Ashley Nicole Johnson. Bailey Alian Johnson. Jackson Timothy Johnson. Jared Wayne Johnson. William Davis Johnson. J.C. Lamar Johnson. Brianna Desiree Jones. Christina Lynn Jones. Demaya Chantel Jones. Carl Laketh Jones. Leseon Jacole Johns. Samson Jeremiah Jones. Gary Andrew Jordan. Belinda Sakina Kahindo. Benny Katabana. George Michael Kelly. You win, Michael Kenny. Vivian Gwen Kenny. Judy Abdulhamid Karchu. Miracle Shakina Killian. Dylan McGill Kirkpatrick. Caroline Marie Klein. Nicholas David Klein. Kennedy Jane Kluver. Michael Isaac Krim. Charlie Faye Lamson. Lucas David Lang. Motumubin Lorien. Stephanie Yael Leal Lopez. Aiden Catherine Lecht. Thong Sa Lee. Christina Michelle Lopez. Yesenia Lopez. Roman Lopez Guzman. Makami Amadou Berry. Latavia Catrice Lott. Lydia Jean Louder. Kisun Love Wesley. Kaisha Love Wesley. Mallory Jane Lowe. Honor Grace Lozano. Ryan Andrew Lucas. Annabelle Martinez. Natalia Martinez. Ivan Ortiz. Ángel Alberto Orellana. Christopher Martinez Ortiz. Noah Donald Marks. Adrian Mateos Aguilar. Edwin Giovanni Mateos Martinez. Avion Dushan Mathis. Thomas Tadanai McMullen. Quentin Cornelius May. Kayvon Jordan McCrae. Noah James McDavid. Braden Tyre McElroy. Demarion Lee McGee. Daniel Lynn McElroy. Alyssa Jordan McPhail. Xander Rommel Meadows. Sesait Taklib Mengisteb. Jose Guillermo Mexicano Sanchez. Nicholas Aaron Mitchell. Caroline Lynn Monroe. Joseph Garrett Mosley. Ivan Mundo de Leon. Jalen Marquis Majors. Chloe Catherine Mangelsdorf. Abigail Mekonen. Chloe Mungeli. Sofia Ann Murillo. Natalie Elizabeth Murphy. Nu Nazela. Rahima Natki Winja. Trenton Kelly Nethery. Jose Fernando Negrete. Su Ngi. Osumandemian Valentino Ogimwenwoji. Alfredo Ojeda. Héctor Ojeda Chávez. Emmanuel Chikuri Okigbo. Rabiu Ademola Okunola. Amaya Monet Oliver. Oriala Arlette Melendez. Yumar Mendoza. Biak Meng. Caroline Gubu. Oluwatufun Rachel Oluwaporoku. Oluwadabira Precious Olubodol Olubobola. Boluwatife Michael Oleoni. Faith Vanessa Oluwaseun. Kehinde Olelakan Onikoyi. Luis Enrique Ortiz Castellanos. Maxwell Ray Orvik. Caleb Wesley Patterson. Benjamin Atticus Page. Emily Christine Palafox. Jacqueline Brittany Palomo. Maya Donnell Parrish Crisp. Lauren Elizabeth Parnell. Matthew John Parnell. Justin Gwen. Olivia Grace Elizabeth Neoporte. Claude Nionzima. Hannah Lauren Payne. Edwin Edelson Pereira Garcia. Jackson Brady Perry. Cassandra Paola Pescador Ortega. Estefano Izichukwu Peter. Denzel Mbanaja Peters. Devin Rashad Pineda. Rex Harvey Pittman. Emily Ramirez. Jaden Daniel Quilca. Alexis Adrian Quintanilla. Stephanie Carolina Quinteros Linares. Brenda Quiroz Rodriguez. Ethan William Racine. Daisy Ramirez. Samir Osman. Christopher Oviedo. Christine Onome Oyobere. Jose Luis Ramirez. Matthew Nicholas Ramirez. Raúl Manuel Ramirez. Thomas Owen Ramirez. Chris Hernandez Rangel. Yesenia Rayo. Normandy Lynn Ray. Christopher John Leocel Reed. Luis Alberto Rivera Alfaro. Jordan Jamar Richardson. Madeline Richardson. Jashanti Brian Ryder. Charlotte Grace Remenscheider. Madeline Rose Ramenschneider. Marissa Brooke Rinaldi. Nicole Michelle Pomales. Dixon Daniel Ponce. Jonathan Julio Ponce. Fabiola Alejandra Rivera Garcia. Tanner Lee Roach. Ryan Matthew Roan. James Christian Rogers. Daniela Rodriguez. Nicole Rodriguez. Ángel Antonio Rodriguez Martinez. James William Roll. Joseph Alexander Salmeron. Elizabeth Rees Roseberry. Nicholas Julian Ross. Myra Rebecca Ruiz. Mauricio Antonio Salazar. Adriana Salgado Román. Fatou Saul. Sophia Lee Relier. Kenya Jacqueline Reyes. Julian Reina Contreras, Kevin Sanchez, Linda Angelita Sanchez, Alexander Sandoval, Destiny Grace Sandoval, Destiny Ann Santana, Miguel de Jesus Santos, Anna Elizabeth Schmidtke, Morgan Peyton Shorn, Brayden Virginia Smith, Lily Ray Senderling, Mohammed Maher Shamaik, Joseph Michael Andrew Shine, Emma Elizabeth Sibley, Rahima Ahmed Siddiqui, Kendall Page Simon, Joseph Giovanni Rosales, Christopher A. Rosario, Joseph A. Rosario, Darius Emmanuel Smith, Hanlon Dolores Smith, Jukal Quavian Smith, Quincy Earl Smith, Tobias Brandon Smith, Tony Jonay Smith, Alajon Sneed, Hannah Marie Songi, Allison Lawrence Stevens, Claire Elizabeth Spalding, Morgan Kennedy Spencer, Helene Marie Spywalk, Sophia Gwen Spywalk, Riley Grace Stallings, Courtney Michelle Stevenson, Jack Edward Scoggin, Alexandria Perjay Scott, Dwayne Kashawn Sellers, Piper Elizabeth Stillwell, Dwayne Unique Strotter, Skylar Jean Suggs, Michaela Paige Swank, Philmon Asmilash Tedla, Macy Caroline Temple, Luciano Daniel Terilli, Kennedy Kiara Terrell, Carlos David Toledo, David Kua Lei Huang, Simon Kung Lian Thuang, Asher Davis Thompson, Paulina Dinajero, Margaret Walker Tipton, Joshua Tisdale, Raven Ariana Dominique Sorrell, Isabel Janelle Sautvion, Holden Michael Spar, Jacqueline Torres Mendoza, Matthew Deshawn Townsend, Tyler Jacoby Trailer. Jacob Martin Trigger. Alexander Jair Trujillo. Lauren Elizabeth Turner. Tennille Tamaya Marie Turner. Olive Tuyambaze. Melissa Vasquez. Tia Marie Vaiza. Emily Valadez. Noah Tanner Vance. Aldo Vaquera Mares. Adrian Vasquez. Francisco Daniel Vasquez Cerqueda. Reese Sophia Terry. Titus K. Tesfaye. Henry Van Dot Fang. Alejandro Elias Vega Arellano. Ruhama Velázquez Cepeda. Sandra Paola Velázquez. Kevin Velázquez Rivera. Jackson Stewart Versfeld. Sofía Victoriano. Jacarian Marquis Walker. India Angel Walls. Ariana Janae Wilburn. Zachary Shannon Whitmark. Ella Jean Wenzel. Jada Monique Wesby. Maya Alexis Wesley Caesar. Alice Dawn White. Piper Joe Witt. Danelle Dominic Tyler. Precious Umutoni. Kendall Isabel Underwood. Sequentia Williams. Elizabeth Paige Williams. Kiera LaDonna Marie Williamson. Tamara Florine Marie Williamson. Chloe Anna Willis. Brownwyn Elise Wilmeth. Emma Elizabeth Wilson. Stephen Davis Wilson. Maria Teniola Zubair. Sarah Shari Prizel Yasumali. Paul Yo. Ava Grace Young. Cole William Young. Edward Kyle Satopek. Ryan Tate Satopek. Michael Paul Warner. Devontae Michael Watson. Tiana Tamaya Watson. Mushangalusa Batasema. Jesse Ebonji. Ifainanyak Chukwu Ekuweme. Ali Natik Al-Jumaili. Juan Antonio de la Rosa. Alexandra Oviedo Rodriguez. Leah Abby Gail Latos. Alexandra Mariela Martinez. Favor Shimumanda Onochie. Victor Manuel Huizar Cárdenas. Victor Oseratin Osuma Uwaifo. Chance Alexander Bowie. Gabriel Oluwatuyin Odulowowu. Abraham Ruiz. Isaiah Centrell Copeland. Caroline Michelle Woodall. Ayano Leah Wyatt. Leanne Mingmi Yancy. Biruk Fitsum Abadi. Joseph Ogumbadewa. Benay Chantel Hill. Mohammed Saim Muhail. Stasia Lachey Greenwood. Kyra Raynette Houston. Richard Chimbuem Asiebu. And Sonny Anderson Chofo Longkong.
Wildcats, please rise for the alma mater. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Go Cats! And audience, please remain seated as we escort the Lake Highlands class of 2021 from the arena.